Hi class, I just wanted to quickly touch base with you and talk to you about your upcoming speech. Hopefully by this time you have zeroed in on a speech topic and a few things that may have guided your choice as we discussed in our last few classes in regards to persuasive speech. And when I talked to you about persuasive speech, I did mention that you need to take a stand on that topic, okay? So it needs to have like either I go your side or I go to the other side. So it needs to, there is some kind of a decision making that will happen, and the onus, the burden is on the audience to make a decision as a result of your speech. So a few things that I would like to, and this is just random, persuasive speech topics that just if you do a Google search and just comes up, and I think it's the topics are quite relevant and current, and just wanted to screen share with you. And this video is not going to be too long. Here we are. 1 second. Trying to get to the site. I know that I queued it for all of you. Yeah, there we go. Give me a second. Yes, here we are. So as you can see, it could, you have to know what your area of interest is. Like, for instance, my area of interest is intercultural, anything to do with with cultures, anything to do with different cultural learnings is something that I am personally interested in. So if I had to do a persuasive speech, and because that's my area of interest, I would probably pick topics from that area. The reason I'm saying this is for you to recognize and understand what kind of topics or what kind of broad areas you are interested in. If you're interested in education, it could be environment, it could be sports, it could be politics. So you should know by this time, what really is of interest to you. So it could be any broad area: health, nutrition, education, environment, any topic, any broad topic that you're interested in. However, when you are narrowing in on your topic, remember the title of your topic should be able should let me know that you're doing a persuasive speech. So you can see some of these topics have always opened it as a question mark. Again, that's not a requirement that you need to have a question mark. A title that ends with a question mark is a requirement. But what you need to do is, the title of your topic would take a stand on an issue, and we could either agree with you or disagree with you. All right, so it has to be something that we can debate about. All right, so this is as opposed to an informative speech topic where there wasn't anything very directly debatable about the topics that you did. If you did talk about journaling, you told us all about what you learned through journaling. If you've talked about having juices, then we got to know how you did that. If you've talked about running, then we learned about how you did that. There wasn't something very directly or overtly controversial or debatable about what you did. We learned a new topic, right? However, the move to persuasive speech here is when you are thinking about a topic that could be debatable, that I might not agree with you. Okay, so that's the way you need to phrase it. There's several examples here, as you can see. Should there be a mandatory retirement age? If you say that yes, 65 should be the across the board, that should be the age to retire. If you say yes, then you have to give us reasons. I might, as an audience, might not believe in your claim. I might say that no, I mean, age is just a number, and it depends upon the person when the person wants to retire. So then it becomes a persuasive topic because you're taking a stand, a different stand than mine. So just again reiterating myself, whatever topic you take, whatever, it could be any topic, as I've told you, any any interest, a topic of interest that you take, you need to take a stand on it. It has to have a claim, all right? And when I'm saying a claim, is when I'm asking you to take a stand on it, okay? And I might not agree, or I might agree. Your role as a persuasive speech speaker is could be various. If you think that your audience disagrees with you completely, you think that you know your audience through audience analysis, and you think that I'm just using this as an example, that the audience don't think that there should be a mandatory age for retirement, and your claim in your speech is that their 65 should be the age when everybody should retire, then you really have to persuade us to make us understand your position and get our opinion on your side, okay? And if you think that the audience already agrees with you, they or maybe are on the fence, okay, they know that, yeah, you're maybe saying the right thing, maybe not for every profession, maybe they're slightly on the bench regarding it, then you have to work hard to make them get up from the bench and come to your side, all right? So that's how you phrase a persuasive speech. So that's one of the things. So these are some titles that you can see. There's several that you can get on the internet. And remember, it needs to have a stand. There should be some claim that you're making through the title of your speech. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just stop sharing this, and I will share. One second, class. I'm trying to get this. Yeah, I got it. All right. So the next thing that I am doing here is I'm basically, repeating what we did in class, but again, kind of reminiscing a few things more. If you look at week 11 assignment, this is the one that you guys have to do. The first thing is that, remember, I have a link which has the little 10-minute maybe speech or a 10-minute explanation of Monroe's motivated sequence by a professor, and she talks about all the 5 steps which we did in class. So it's kind of a recap if you quickly want to look at this. And this is a sample speech that I have done for you. Again, I think this should be a good for a 5-minute speech, okay? So all of you are preparing for a 5-minute speech. What you need to give me on Friday is your whole speech outline. I need that. And you need to I've given you a sample speech outline, which is right here. And you should be, you can look at it and understand the process. You can see it's pretty clear. You start with a topic. I need to know what your topic is. I need to know what your specific purpose is, which would be, what do you want the audience to do as a result of your speech? So it has to be audience related. So here, this is my specific purpose. If you think about this speech, what is the central idea, which is like the main thesis statement or main idea of the speech? I've also identified an audience. It's basically here, it is a local community, late teens to middle age. I've kind of told in my outline what the demographics look like. And again, this is a five function speech, or there are 5 pointers in Monroe's motivated sequence that we have learned. There is the attention step, the need step, satisfaction, visualization, and action, right? We've talked about that a number of times. Again, here, the whole speech, I'm going to say it in my own words, but I'll have this as a visual for you so you can refer to it while you're watching this video. And you first have to get the attention of this audience. And this is nothing new. You've always done this. This has always been your strategy from your right from your introduction speech to your profile speech to your informative speech, and now you're doing your persuasive speech. So you need to get the attention of the audience. And here, what I have done here is I talked about public speaking and the fact that that if you take a public speaking class, this is the, if you look at the I'm persuading the audience to take a public speaking class, and I'm making a claim that if you take a public speaking class, then for sure you'll be able to get rid of your fear of public speaking. Now, again, I'm making a claim because some of you might think that, the fear is so internal that even if you take a public speaking class, you still not be able to get rid of the fear. It's something that you either it just needs to happen naturally. No amount of class can make you a good public speaker because it's an inborn talent. Some of you might say that, and I will disagree, and I'll tell you that no, if you take a class, you can train yourself to be a good public speaker, and you can train yourself to get rid of the fear. All right, that's what I'm claiming. And then my attention, that I just get the attention of the audience, saying that there are so many people who are less likely to graduate from college, who are less likely to make the amount of money that they should be making, just because they don't feel like taking any management position or leadership position, because they know they have to talk, and they lose out on the opportunity. So I kind of give you all a statistic and a fig and a number that kind of say, oh, wow, well, I'll be a college graduate very soon. I hope I don't make that mistake. So kind of there is an audience connection right there. And there is kind of it could affect you mentality, that this, I'm just not, throwing numbers at you. It could be you tomorrow. Okay. Or it could be somebody, tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing. All right. Again, when I say you, I'm not really thinking about you. I'm talking about the audience, which is here at where am I? Yeah, it is at a local community where I'm just speaking. Could be a church, could be a town hall. Think about different places where I could be doing the speech. And when I'm saying you, I'm just kind of what I mean is that audience, not you, because you guys are already taking my public speaking course. So yeah, so that's my attention step. I get them to think about this. And then there's always a transition. And if you observe that I always make a comment that I just felt that you needed to have some smoother transitions. You need to have a transition to make me move from the introduction to the body, and then from the body to the conclusion, right? It's almost like driving a car, and if you don't let the audience or the passengers in the car know that you're making a right turn or a left turn, they might just feel a little jolted, right, in the car. So similarly, transitions just helps the whole ride to be smooth. Right. So here you can see that there, just because I have 5 minutes, all right, so I don't have a whole lot of time. And you see that there are 3 points that I talk about, and you can see that the bulk of all the sources pretty much happens here. You can see that, there's 70, according to statistics. I throw numbers. I talk about a new concept called glossophobia. I wonder how many of you knew. I didn't know the term glossophobia. Means the fear of public speaking. And that 75% is quite a big number. And how people the fear actually starts in youth. And and I have so and so psychiatric professor of psychiatry, pediatrics director. I throw in a bunch of sources here to make my point. So basically, I tell them, my audience, that it starts very early on. Starts the fear begins in youth. It's kind of like a cyclical experience. One bad experience takes you to another, and then it just a cycle till you really feel that you're not good at it, good at public speaking. And then it's actually, if you think that you're the only one who goes through a fear of public speaking, you are not the only one, because 75% is quite a big population. So only 25% of the people are good, while 75% they fear public speaking. So kind of talk about the whole thing. These 3 steps kind of forces you to understand that this fear happens very early on. It is something that most people face, and it is often cyclical, which means that one bad experience leads to another one leads to another one, and you can never really get out of it, and you end up having this fear of public speaking throughout your life. Okay, so when I do this, what it does is that, help is there. I kind of set the stage for that, that help is there. And then I move on to the third step. I just covered the attention step, the need step, and the third step, which is the satisfaction. And I still tell you, this is where I come with my own mantra, I come with my own product, I come with my own idea, and I introduce public speaking and the course. And it's free, it's by experienced teachers who have had enough experience to deal with students who've had a fear of public speaking. It also talk about, the length, the time, the duration, and what are the things that you will learn from this course. And then again, there's a transition, and you can see the transitions often, because it's a 5-minute speech. It could be a line or a single sentence or a question mark, a question that can lead you to the next point. And then in here, when I move on to visualization, and then if you remember our lectures before, where I said that visualization is always imagine a situation. It's just like the name visualization suggests. So you need to imagine a situation. So imagine what it would be like if you had educational opportunities and that best fits your interest. Okay, so what would be a society? So kind of give them the fact that if you are completely, if you are guided, and if you're given the tools to do good public speaking and get rid of your fear, can you imagine you are able to completely realize your full potential, which a lot of us are not able to do in our whole lifetime. And imagine, so it kind of creates a imaginative situation, which shows you a very nice rosy picture, a beautiful picture, if you take this class. So what you see that in this visualization, it has taken a lot of positive visualization. So it's positive reinforcement. There is no negative visualization. So I can, in the negative visualization could be twofold. It could have positive visualization and it could have negative visualization. And as we have heard often, that negative visualization is perhaps not the best thing to do. You can do it for a little, like maybe 10 seconds or even less than a minute, and then quickly get into the positive part, because no one wants to hear or no one likes to be scared or see a negative situation for a long time. But here, as you can see, there has been no discussion of a negative situation. You just has kind of painted a very positive picture, saying that you will be able to realize your full potential if you take this class. And a lot of people cannot through their whole life, but you will be able to do it. And the other things, as they've also discussed, the disadvantages of what would they feel if they, what would be some of the disadvantages of taking this class, and then saying that there is no disadvantages. So here again, this is discussed. And finally, as you know, the last step in a persuasive speech is the action step. And in the action step, just like you heard, it kind of reaches its climax. So it's like the strongest there. And you really have to think about asking the audience to do something, all right? Just like action means, you have to ask the audience to kind of take a step, do something in order to make a difference, okay? Or in order to act on what you are saying. So here, I think I've said is that you have enrollment forms right here in front of me. These are the enrollment forms, and you need to please sign. If you sign today, you will get a discount, or however you want to place it. So you have to make it doable for the audience, okay? And just like a sales call, or when you're closing in on the call. So you have to think about that, about the step in that way. So that's it. And then you are done with your speech. So that's how you need to do your persuasive speech. I kind of explained it to you more in details. But again, a quick recap is that choose anything that kind of is of interest to you, any area. If you want to talk about environment, if you want to talk about education, if you want to talk about health, want to talk about sports, politics, whatever is of interest to you, choose that. Then narrow down your topic to a claim that you're making, where it has to sound as if it is your opinion, and you want the audience to agree with you, okay? And it has to be debatable. So remember, that's one of the things that you really need to watch out and look out for. And then once you've done that, just, get all your sources. You need to have about 3 to 5 sources for this, and you will end up, that's pretty basic, you pretty much end up with 5 sources. And once you do that, you just write your outline. Remember, you need to have 5 steps: the attention, need, satisfaction, attention, need, satisfaction, visualization, and action step. And I think just give you an example, kind of explained it to you, how this one topic was divided up into these 5 parts, and that's it. And once you're done with that, it should be 5 minutes speech. So I would say, about, again, nothing new, nothing different. It needs to be about 500 words, and you'll be all set. So I hope to see your speeches. I'll try to grade as much as I can, because I know that your deadline is Friday by midnight, and 11:59 p.m., right? And yeah, so then I'll try to see. And on Saturday when we meet, that's the day when I will give you feedback. We'll again get into more discussions of persuasion. What are the things that you need to understand? It's kind of, which will solidify your outlines even more. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Hope this little video, I hope it is little, I hope it's not big, is helpful. I will see you on Saturday. Thank you.